Assalamualaikum. Hi guys. So this is the second video on motivation, and here I will be concentrating on the third and the fourth learning outcomes. So first I will start with the job characteristics model, or we can also call it as JCM. JCM is an influential model of job design that explains in detail how managers can make jobs more interesting and motivating. In this model, every job is said to have 5 characteristics that determine how motivating the job is. The first characteristic is skill variety. This is the extent to which a job requires that an employee to use a wide variety of different skills, abilities, or knowledge. For example, the skill variety required by the job of a research scientist is higher compared to a waitress who only serves food. The second characteristic is task identity. This is the extent to which a job requires that a worker perform all the tasks necessary to complete the job from the beginning to the end of the production process. For example, a carpenter who takes a piece of wood and transforms it into a furniture has a high task identity because he's involved in the production process from the starting until the end. Next, we have task significance, which is the degree to which the job affects the lives or the work of other people. Teachers, for example, have very high task identity because they have a very big impact on their students. The fourth characteristic, autonomy, is the degree to which a job gives an employee the freedom needed to schedule different tasks and decide how to carry them out. For example, salesperson who have to plan their schedules and decide how to allocate their time among different customers have high autonomy. And lastly, we have feedback, which is the extent to which actually doing a job provides a worker with clear and direct information about how well he or she has performed the job. An air traffic controller, for example, always receive immediate feedback on their job performance. So analyzing all these characteristics is important in order to understand the employee's level of motivation. This theory also states that these 5 job characteristics affect an employee's motivation because they affect 3 critical psychological states. The more employees feel that their work is meaningful and that they are responsible for work outcomes and responsible for knowing how those outcomes affect others, the more motivating the work becomes and the more likely employees are to be satisfied and to perform at a high level. So managers can actually design motivating jobs by using the JCM model as the basis. Next, we have the most comprehensive explanation of motivation, which is expectancy theory. This theory states that an individual tends to act on the basis of the expectation that the act will be followed by a given outcome and the attractiveness of that outcome to the individual. There are 3 main variables in this theory. The first one is expectancy. This is the perception about the extent to which effort results in a certain level of performance. The second variable is instrumentality. This is the perception about the extent to which performance results in the attainment of outcomes. And finally, valence refers to how attractive the reward is. So using this theory, we can actually see how the variables act to affect motivation. Let's take a salesman for example. If the salesman thinks that if he works hard and put a lot of effort, he might be able to achieve high sales. And if he is able to achieve high sales, he might be able to get reward from the company. And if the company gives him commission and he likes that kind of reward, he will be motivated to work hard. So it's important for managers to understand what kind of rewards can motivate employees. So for managers, motivation can sometimes be hard because there are many issues involved. For example, how can managers motivate employees when the economy is bad? Tough economic times leave companies with tight budget, and this condition might decrease the job engagement and motivation of employees. So during these times, managers have to be creative in keeping their employees' efforts energized and sustained. So managers can create a community feel so that employees could see that managers care about them and their work, and also give employees opportunity to continue to learn and grow. They could also give encouraging words and praises. It is also important to understand that culture may affect motivation. In today's global business environment, managers can automatically assume that motivational programs that work in one geographic location are going to work in others. Most contemporary motivation theories were developed in the US by the Americans, who might have different orientation from people in other countries. So it's important to understand the social values of each country in order for the managers to motivate more effectively. Next important issue is to understand how can managers motivate unique groups of workers. For example, studies have shown that men place considerably more importance on autonomy in their jobs compared to women. While for the women, the opportunity to learn, convenient work hours, and good interpersonal relations are more important. And professional workers might be motivated differently from non-professionals. For professionals, the chief reward is usually the work itself. They usually value support and want others to think that what they are working on is important. And for contingent workers, who are part-timer, contract worker, and other forms of temporary workers, they can be motivated with the opportunity of permanent employment and training opportunities. So finally, let's look at how can managers design appropriate rewards program for their employees. Employee rewards program play a powerful role in motivating employees. Open book management, for example, is a motivational approach in which an organization's financial statements are shared with all employees. With this, employees will be more motivated to make better decisions about their work and better able to understand the implications of what they do and the ultimate impact on the bottom line. Employee recognition programs, which shows appreciation for the job well done by employees, are also widely used. So guys, this is the end of the second part. Hopefully you've understand well this topic, and hopefully also you'll be able to sustain your energy towards the end of the semester and stay motivated. Thanks for watching.